Hello and welcome back to Soulcaliber 3 for Taki's Cursed Tale of Souls. And if you like what you see and you want to see more Soulcaliber, then make sure you subscribe.
Let's.
Taki returned to Japan to settle the matter of Toki, head of the Fumar clan who had been collecting fragments of Soul Edge. Her former master had transformed into a demonic being. She faced off against him in mortal combat at the Hoko Temple and finally defeated him. At that time she heard a weak voice. "Taki, is that you? It's dark here." Startled to hear her master speak with his normal voice, she opened her mouth to call his name. But in the next instant an unknown spiritual mass emerged from Toki's mouth and silently flew away. Taki made preparations to leave the country at dawn. Toki must have been heading for the location of the cursed sword. The time to act was now, while the sword's presence felt weak. Taki sped off like a shadow into the night. As she was making plans to cross the sea, Taki heard rumours of a swordsman who was interested in Soul Edge. After investigating, it seemed that the woman sought revenge on Mitsurugi. It was well known that Mitsurugi was searching for Soul Edge. This woman most likely sought it as a means of finding Mitsurugi. The last thing Taki needed was more interference. She decided it would be best to nip this in the bud and pursue the swordsman.
Her blade cannot be seen. Her strikes are but flashes in her enemy's eye.
Well, at least your stance is correct. Ha! My life is not yours for the taking.
Versus Setsuka. Fight!
Well, you know I'm playing Taki, so we're going up. No, we'll go off the edge. Oh my, thank you, Pillar. I've been a terrible start. And there you go.
You win!
It's time to go back to where you belong.
The cursed sword had once controlled the Azure Knight in Europe, but what was going on now? Rumours said that the knight in Azure armor was once again rampaging across the land. However, Soul Edge was a sword that controlled the mind of the one who wielded it. Was it really the same person serving as his vessel once more? Regardless, it was clear she needed to travel to Europe. Taki headed to the port. Crossed to the mainland and travelled to Europe by land. As she headed west along the Silk Road, rumours of a bizarre swordsman resembling a lizard increased. It seemed she had wound up following it. If she continued like this, she would surely catch up eventually. Taki didn't know yet whether or not this creature was related to the cursed sword, but similar monsters had been spotted numerous times during the previous massacres caused by the Azure Knight.
The last threads of sanity unravel in the mind of the man who is no longer human.
I'm through with words.
Versus Lizardman. Fight!
Up we go!
Leave this.
Go on, off the... Ow. Stay down.
You win!
You won't be able to move for a while. Try not to struggle.
She had defeated the monster, but was unable to learn anything from it. If it had been a servant of the Azure Knight, then there should have been a pack of them, but there was no sign of any allies. Taki kept watch for a while, but eventually resumed her journey. Entering Europe, Taki headed for the castle ruin in which the Azure Knight had once dwelt. It was said that no one had lived there for years, but the land was enveloped in evil energy. An agent of darkness was clearly lurking here.
You're not bad, but I don't like the look in your eyes. There's no need for a conscience. I want to see if you're worthy of that sword. Let's find out. Those eyes. You're possessed by the evil spirit.
Versus Tira. Fight!
Beat ya, and off you go.
You win!
You couldn't even scratch me. Is that all you got?
The enemy slipped away and ran. For a while, Taki remained on guard for a surprise attack when nothing happened. The feeling of the enemy's presence had disappeared. In the air above, however, circled a number of black birds. She could not help but feel she was being watched. Now, what to do next? Leave this place at once. Taki decided that she needed to learn more about the cursed sword, somewhere that would hold information, reliable information about Soul Edge. Taki knew of one such place. There was an island upon which slept a man who had sought Soul Edge during his lifetime. The information he left behind would surely be well checked and organised, but there was a problem. Within his tomb resided a guardian, protecting both his legacy and his slumber.
The Guardian ascends from the dark depths once again.
It'll be over quickly. Get ready.
Versus Voldo. Fight!
Bomb! How did that not?
Leave this place.
Oh, Guardian impacted that second one by accident. That's how skilled I am. Oh, I didn't want to overshoot that.
You win!
Are you done now?
Taki felt like she was being watched. Alright, you have to teleport back now.
The fighters face a gruesome quest to search for the ultimate sword.
Nothing personal, but you're in my way.
Cervantes.
Versus Will-o'-the-Wisp. Fight!
I went low, quick and easy.
Is that all you got?
You win!
You couldn't even scratch me. Is that all you got?
So seamless. Defeating the Guardian of the treasure trove, Taki began searching through the treasure. She soon discovered notes that the man had left when he was alive, but unfortunately they were too old and appeared to be of no use. After leaving the island, Taki continued gathering information. One day she was contacted by a man claiming to know of the cursed sword. She headed for a particular clock tower as he had instructed, but something was bothering her. She was almost positive it was a trap. Now I have to lose this the first time.
Come, I shall hold a requiem for your soul.
You cannot defeat me so easily.
Just hang on for a second.
Ring out!
Get ready.
Very well. This should be interesting.
Versus Zasalamel. Fight!
See,
See ya. I never suspect it.
You win!
you couldn't even scratch me. Is that all you got?
Several days later, Taki began heading back to her homeland. She had realised that something was amiss. I placed my curse upon you. The words that the man with the scythe had left behind were not merely a threat. Her exhaustion grew and her strength would not recover. In order to break the curse, she needed the water and air of a place with which she herself was most familiar. But when she returned to Japan, the remnants of the Fumar clan would not ignore her presence.
Fate conspired to arrange their battle.
Actual interaction with the curse on a curse run.
I'm sorry, but I cannot let you go.
I will never yield to the likes of you.
Versus Fuma Ninja. Fight!
See,
Not that guy.
stay down.
Up! No. Boom! Look at that. Little tap. Boom!
You win!
You couldn't even scratch me. Is that all you got? I'm gonna put an end to your annoying cries.
Versus Fuma Ninja. Fight!
Right. So trying to make a name for yourself. Come on. Alright, that was good.
You win!
Out of the way!
Versus Fuma Ninja. Fight!
So reach you from there. See ya.
Ring out! You win!
That was pathetic.
They most likely sought the revival of their leader, Toki. They led Taki into a trap at the Hoko Temple, but she escaped her attackers and melted away into the shadows. Once the danger of pursuit was past, she began working on removing the curse. However, she was unsuccessful. It seemed that the curse the man had used was one that not even Taki was familiar with. Attempt to remove the curse with a more advanced technique than Taki's. The more advanced the mystic art, the more complex its procedure and requirements. She travelled to Mount Fuji, known as the Sacred Mountain, one of the few places in Japan with strong spiritual force. There, she discovered signs that someone had been visiting this area frequently. Whoever it was had been skilled enough to attempt to hide his tracks in a manner that did not disturb the spiritual energy of the area. The person who did this was not likely to ignore her presence. Taki kept a close watch on the surrounding area and readied herself for the coming attack.
He is on a hunt to find the truth.
Are you sure?
Evil or not, die!
Versus Yoshimitsu. Fight!
In the lava. Not me. Oh, you bounced into it. That's unfortunate.
You win!
You couldn't even scratch me. Is that all you got?
Taki had defeated her attacker, but now it seemed she was being hunted by the organisation which he led. Under these circumstances, removing her curse was hopeless. It would be wiser to investigate the details of the curse that the man with the scythe had used. If she was to investigate the man's mystic art, she would have to travel to Europe. In order to preserve her strength, Taki took a sea route to the west. The trip went smoothly at first, but as they began to approach their destination, their ship was caught in a storm. The ship quickly headed for the nearest port. Stepping out onto the deck, Taki could make out the form of his ship approaching through the storm. After a terrible impact, the hull of her ship creaked and began to break apart. Taki drew her weapons.
The evil sword's existence, as well as his own, hangs in the balance.
Come on!
You dare to challenge me, you fool?
Versus Cervantes. Fight!
Oh, you blocked it, but not the last one. Boom! Ow.
Leave this place.
And see ya.
You win!
That's all? You make it too easy.
Taki once again sent the cursed man back to the underworld, but her ship, which had been attacked, sank. There was nothing for her to do but to cling to the wreckage and drift for a while. However, judging from the seabirds, it was likely that there was land nearby. She should already be in a part of the sea close to Europe. What to do? Drift until the ship sails by. Taki was picked up by a ship bound for Europe and began her course of action the moment she arrived in the harbour. She investigated the matter of the man with the scythe, but there were virtually no clues. Eventually, she found herself at the clock tower where she had encountered him before. From the information she had gathered, this was the only place where the man had been seen more than once. The inside of the clock tower echoed with the sounds of gears. It appeared to be uninhabited now, but...
The Almighty Ones have granted you a sword to cut your own path.
It's futile. Do you not understand that?
Versus Revenant. Fight!
Revenant. Sidestepping my ultimate epic hit. Stop sidestepping me, man. Alright, it's probably a bit of a fight, I'm not there. Okay, you're dead now.
You win!
Quit while you're ahead.
That's a bit
Unless
close.
you want to die.
I'm surprised how close that was. The foe that had attacked without warning was merely a skeletal puppet, animated by a faint spiritual energy. There were not many capable of art such as this. It was likely that the man with the scythe had sent it to finish off Taki. Tracing the spiritual energy from the skeleton puppet she had defeated, Taki continued to follow the man's trail. Eventually, she arrived at the cathedral in a remote area which had likely been his destination. She was only a few steps behind him. The sound of steel striking steel brought her back from her thoughts, and she hurried to the cathedral. Someone was fighting inside. Come on, Nightmare. No.
If you're after the sword, don't expect to get past here alive. Sorry to keep you. You're up next.
Versus Siegfried.
Oh, my hell. Oh, look at you off the map. Oh my... Oh, why did you duck? Oh, so close to an undefeated run there.
Fight.
I'm right on the edge. I'm going to duck instead of move out the way. Bomb him. Bomb him again. Big bomb.
You win.
Are you done now?
You're gonna have to come back for the cutscene.
I'm impressed that you made it this far. Not bad at all. My dream is about to be realized. You, however, are not worthy of witnessing this glorious moment. Leave this place at once.
I must put an end to this right now.
Versus Abyss. Fight.
You'd never expect the roll. See ya.
You win.
You couldn't even scratch me. Is that all you've got? He's close.
Are you their ally as well?
I never thought I'd find the traitor ninja here.
How pitiful. To sell your soul to evil without preparing for the consequences.
You scoundrel!
Soul Edge. Your scars run deep, even in death.
The legend
That
will
was
never
so
die.
close to another undefeated run. Why did you duck instead of roll down? Ugh. You know, it's pretty interesting how Taki just actually took the threat at base value and went back to try and figure something out, instead of everyone else thinking, oh hang on, maybe he had a point. It was actually interesting to see though. I'd say hers is probably one of the more interesting ones. At least in the top 5, I would say. Not a high bar, given as most other people don't even really think of it, but yeah. Anyway, if you like what you saw and you want to see more, make sure you subscribe. And until next time.